Okay, well, here we go. Today we're going to look at a replay that of the two games I played against Silver yesterday, and analyze what I did wrong and what we can do better. Zoom in a little bit more on that. In this game, I open up with four light tanks, two APCs, and what I'm trying to do is start the game off and gain as much stuff as possible. Silver plays infantry, and he does, I think, 3 ATs, 2 trucks, a reg, and a medium tank. My goal here is to take the TV station with most of my units, push up to town square, take that, send one unit to supermarket to kind of intercept anything coming from there, and push up to beach. As you'll see in this game, I'm going to move up here with my units, and I go in town, don't do anything. Silver ends up sending his stuff to supermarket and the gas. He tries to push in from supermarket with one of his units. I intercept, stop it, pushes him back. Take out the infantry. There's an infantry there. He then moves into town, which he then uses to uncap. I then go for the supermarket. Seeing he's doing the one thing, I decide to push out to the side. He comes in, uncaps town. I then push up to the supermarket. He has a guy in a building, injures my guys at the supermarket.
Your new units are on the way.
I come in, trying to do more, but I fail there. Meanwhile, at the gas station, I try to push in, and I shouldn't have pushed in here. That's one thing I did. I want to pause it real quick. I shouldn't have pushed in on the gas station the way I did. I tried to push in. As you can see, I got 2 light tanks there. Nothing else there. I shouldn't have pushed in the way I did because I knew he had an AT there. Because I knew based on the way I played Silver and just everything that he had an AT there. So I knew that I couldn't go in. And as you see, I'm trying to like run him over or something, like, and that ends up failing or whatever, really badly. And then later on, I'm gonna try to like sneak around and like get in there real quick. But what I shouldn't be doing that. I do the same sort of thing at the supermarket, and as you see, you can see my one tank just died. I tried to push in, and I tried to just sort of muscle my way in and get the cap, despite the fact that he had units there. If we look at the broad spectrum, we see I have town, or I had town. I don't have it anymore because he uncapped it. I have TV, and I have beach. Silver has supermarket and he has gas. Silver came in, he uncapped town, giving me no stopping me from doing anything. So I didn't, I capped town, I got the TA, but I don't get the push. I get a little bit of push because I'm now 51. But bar's not moving anymore, it's paused. Once I take the research, I think the bar moves a little bit more in my favor. And for most of this game, I'm going to have bar in my favor, and then it stops. But what I shouldn't have done is just rush into the supermarket. I should have tried to surround the supermarket. And the same thing with the gas. The gas, I still can kind of, at this point in the game, deal with it because I still have 2 units there. And he's only got 1. At the moment, you can't see it right now because it's not my field of vision. He's got a medium tank coming over to aid him at the gas station. I'm going to uncap the point. I'm going to start the game back up again. And he's going to kill my unit. I see him trying to take the point. Oh, look, boom, he kills it. He brings over the medium tank. There it is. I pull back, send over my units to take the thing. Meanwhile, he's dropping now. Pause. I've brought in... Let's go to the TV station then. There it is. I brought in... See, he's just taking... I've got the TV station. I brought in a light tank and a artillery, medium artillery. The medium artillery is to kill units, but you see, I don't see anything. I don't see any of his infantry, so I can't shoot anything. He's got a guy in town that's just sitting there that he used to uncap. That's just, whatever, but not doing anything. And I've got a light tank just sitting there doing nothing, which I'm going to eventually move in. I don't know what Silver brought out on his second drop, but I'm guessing that right now he's dropping airbornes here. here, and here. Meanwhile, I haven't dropped any airbornes. So I'm going to play the game back again. I go move, take the research facility, try to push into town, get some vision. Now I'm dropping.
You can request new units now.
Much later than silver.
And
you see, yep, no vision. The bars moved a little bit more back in my favor, but nothing much. Silver uses the pushing it at the TV station a little bit, moving to intercept. Not much going on there. Got the beach all locked up basically, sitting there fortifying. At this point in the game, I'm winning. Not by much, but I'm still winning. I then try and do this. Try to take Buster the gas station, thinking Silver is going to have his unit there, and as we'll see, it's not. Comes in, doesn't even destroy it, he's out of the building. I should have seen that. I was trying to then rush, because I now have the research facility, try to rush in and take the gas station. There's that medium tank, I didn't finish it off. Boom. He just now pushed the beach. Beach is now clear, he's now pushing on that. Town, we dropped in. Just stop here because I'm just rambling a little bit. But stopped in. Tried to take it back, couldn't. He hasn't taken it back. Still ahead though, because I have research facility. No one's taken town yet. Again, I try to rush in and take the gas station. He doesn't have it fortified. He's got units there. I'm just trying to take it. I don't know why. There's no need to do this. At this point in the game, I'm winning. I have the advantage. There's no reason for me to rush in and try to take over the whole map. You know, I'm just trying to take over the whole thing. I'm just trying to take everything. There's no point. I'm winning. Why? I could be having these units fortify. I could have dropped. I think I did my drops here, one here, I think here, and here. This one got sniped off, if I'm not correct. I could have dropped one here. Could have dropped another one here, and then maybe one of the ones, the other guy here, or probably here would have been best. And if I'd done that, I would have been able to do the gas station thing, what I'm doing right now, and then take it. I would have been able to take and push the supermarket, and maybe done something there. But really, I think the problem with the error with my strategy up to this point is what I could have done to be put in a better position was, let's use red since I'm red. I could have held the town instead of running out of it with all my units trying to go this way and that way and every other which way. As he only sent an AT. Had I been more patient at the super and the gas, I could have held him here. Hell, I could have just pressured with the light tanks and then moved in on the research facility and just captured that. I could have pressured a little bit on here, but not really engaged too much. He would have been stuck. He would have had to stay. He would have had to defend those points. There's nothing he would have been able to do. He would have still had the AT in town here somewhere, probably like around there, just sitting there waiting because he couldn't capture it yet, waiting until he gets his drops. Had I stayed, I could have, used my medium artillery, killed that drop, killed his drops, defended that. I would have had town, I would have had TV, I would have had beach, I would have had research. I would have then, probably by now, ready to be pushing in the supermarket. Or getting ready to. This failed attack at gas station wouldn't be happening. I would have had to drop, would have been able to kill or at least combat his unit and kill it. But that's not what I did. And now I'm doing this fail thing over here where I'm just trying to run in. I mean, this is just sad, really, when I look at it now. You don't want to do this. You don't want to just run your units in willy-nilly. Like, I'm just running them in. There's no reason to. Where's the rush? One, I'm winning. I'm not losing. If I was losing, maybe. But even if we switch these two, it's like 54 to 46. That's not the end of the game. It's only 16 minutes in the game. I don't need to be doing stuff like this. And because of that, I've already lost beach. Or I haven't lost beach. I'm about to lose beach. Town. I don't have town yet. I'm packing gas despite the fact I don't need to. I could be sitting on the research facility. Or anything. I could be doing a lot more. I could be gaining my lead as opposed to just padding, as opposed to trying to get more of it.
Unit killed.
Which is always something you want to do. If you're in the lead, keep the lead. Do what you can to keep it. Don't try and just do whatever. You know, there's no reason to make that risk. I made a
We
gas
sent your
station.
new units. Be
There's no
ready
reason.
to command them.
Yes, pressure him. Do stuff. Sure. Don't let him just sit there. But there's no reason to do that. Meanwhile, I'm pushing out into town, trying to do something there. Meanwhile, I'm losing the beach. Silver now dropping in his transport drop, getting a repairs
Your
jeep up.
reinforcements
I don't even
are
have
now
a
at the
repair jeep
battle.
at this point. I could have spent that extra, that tank buster on a repair jeep, which I could probably use right now, because I'm pretty sure that I've got at least a few units that, there's a few units I could have used to repair. I mean, I'm doing okay in town at the moment.
Give us the order, and the
Try to make
reinforcements
some
will be
sort of
yours.
push in here, but not really. Dang, he moves up from the beach after now taking it, which was a good move on his part.
Unit gone.
My failed attack, it fails, boom, run away.
They are engaging
You know, I'm still winning. Now he's pushing back though. Now I've got research and I've got TV, and that's it. Now I'm at the gas or the beach because I know he can't take it back. And I also want to see what's there. He's got a, if not correct, an 8T over there. For some reason I decided to then hedge my bets, knowing I pushed him back in town. Well, why not move the heavy over to the beach? This probably wasn't the smartest thing to get that close to the tank or the infantry, but I think it was kind of because it didn't spread out. And yeah, I tried to run up town with my my really injured airborne. That was stupid. I knew that was stupid. And of course he brings in the APC and kills it. And then he kills my light tank. And now, again, I don't have town. He doesn't have town, but I don't have town. Now he brings out his medium chopper. I don't have any more APCs. I don't have any anti-air really at all. Perfect time to bring it out. He was probably really, really annoyed at my medium artillery because it's really slowing him
You
down.
have incoming reinforcements.
I mean,
Tavares
it really
commandeer.
is slowing. That's the one thing that's slowing down because he can't just go wherever he wants. And right now, I just know there's nothing I can do about it. Just might as well try to use it as much as possible. He kills it. I try to push again in for town, or actually, this time I'm trying to sort of take back the TV station. I mean, at this point, I've lost
Reinforcements
the game.
arrived where you requested.
He's now making a push for research station. I mean, I could have had those points fortified by now, and he would be in no shape to do anything. You gotta try to come in. If you use a light artillery barrage on the big buildings like this one, usually it'll take it down. This time it didn't for some reason. Sometimes that happens, but I mean, the building's pretty weak. I mean, if I click on it, which I can't actually do, but whatever. It's like really close to death. At this point, I've lost this game. I mean, it's already lost. I mean, and you'll see, for almost the rest of the game, I'm here and I'm just sort of sitting here on the TV station, not really pushing in anywhere. I mean, town square still hasn't been taken, and it's no one has really captured the town.
We sent your new
And it's
unit.
13 minutes in. He
Be
captures
ready
it. I
to
think he
command
keeps it
them.
almost the rest of the game, basically. I've now recaptured the beach. I'm fortifying the beach. For some reason I pulled back here, probably because I want to repair them and I don't want to die. Although I was winning, it was no reason necessarily to do that, necessarily. And I've got my points. I'm trying to now do something on
Your
town.
reinforcements are now at the
I got this
battle.
heavy tank sort of out in the middle of nowhere. I think I was trying to send him maybe over to the research station, and yeah, he just dropped, finished me off. I'm finally now, at the 12-minute mark, dropping my repair jeep. That's way too late. That's way too late. And if I hadn't done that tank buster, I could have dropped him much earlier. Much earlier. And now, the rest of the game, I'm just sort of sitting here. I'm just trying to defend what I have. I know I'm in a bad position. Can't really push anything. He thinking I'm going to go up the middle. He then clears the beach because he's got tons of CA by now. And I was just basically sitting on points though. I feel like I had two guys there. If he didn't take that, I'd still have the two guys on the beach. I'd still have, and now it's just sad at this point. He's basically captured everything.
We sent your new unit.
I'm just gonna rush to this. Hey, look, I'm just like basically sitting. All these units are just sitting at the TV station.
Fight harder, or you
You know,
lose.
his score's like double mine almost, and it's just, yeah. What I should have done in that game, two things. Don't be aggressive when you don't need to be aggressive. You know, it's fun to win a game really quickly. And if you can, fine, do it, whatever. I could have probably done it that game, had I done some things a little bit differently. But there was no need to risk the units that I risked when I did it. I could have, if I just controlled town, I would have been fine. Who needed to worry about taking, I didn't need to worry about taking gas station. I needed to worry about taking town. If I had taken town, I would have had the beach, gas station, TV station, or not gas station, research station, TV station, and town. He's only got 2 points. And I can then press those other points. You know? I can press them. But I don't have to, like, rush. In the next game, you'll kind of see what Silver does when he's in the lead. Because I actually don't in this next game. I'm actually kind of the opposite of what this game is, where I don't get out to an early lead. And he gets out to an early lead, in point-wise. And he doesn't rush. He doesn't push hard to take an advantage. In many ways, it's because he's actually at a disadvantage in terms of units that I don't really pick up on. And we're going to hop into that game real quick. Loading it up right now. But, in this game, I know he's going to play armor. Or at least I have a good inclination that he's going to play armor. I don't know for sure, but I know Silver enough to know that he's going to play armor. So, I'll speed this game up. Asking me about these.
Reinforcements are on the way.
Okay, I start this game out with a heavy, as you can see in the supermarket. I start with a heavy, 2 APCs, and 2 light tanks. He brings out
You can order reinforcements now.
a medium air to gauge me. I basically countered it in terms of with my unit composition. I tried to move the APC over because I'm thinking, okay, we'll go to the beach, and I don't want to have to worry about that. For some reason, I didn't send him to the beach. Engage here, don't really know what he's got early. I know he's got light tanks, but that's about it. My positioning is actually not that great.
Unit lost.
What I've guesstimated since then after the game is that he didn't have any heavy
Reinforcements
tanks,
are here.
but I played as if he did. He, if I'm not correct, he did medium, 2 light tanks, and 2 mediums, or in 2 APCs, with the medium air. The medium air was his heavy tank. Basically, we did the same strategy. The difference is he brought out a medium air.
We are
I
ready
brought
to
out
send another wave of reinforcements.
a heavy tank. Basically, was the difference. Here's a tactical error that I made. I should have uncapped town like he did with his infantry. For some reason, I didn't, because I think in my back of my brain, I was thinking, okay, he's got a heavy tank on this back point here, on town. He's got a heavy tank here, but he didn't. He didn't have a point. He didn't have a guy there. And even if he did, I go in. I can, even if I still do this, I could do that, boom, and then pop out. He can't capture it because he sent out his other 2 guys. His 2 of his 2 units this way. He tried to then kind of push this way, saw that didn't work, then pull back. Right? That's what he did.
Your
I didn't
reinforcement
do
has
that.
arrived.
I should have uncapped town. Here, boom. See, now he's already dropped. See, I'm just dropping my infantry now because it took me for as I select. He's already dropping his transport jeep. He dropped 2 guys like I did. Now he's dropping his transport jeep to get repairs. See, and this is the problem at the moment that I have in this game. This is really sad. He doesn't have. He's got 1 heavy tank maybe on the field, maybe 2. And I'm pushing with 1 guy here. I've got a heavy tank just sitting here and a heavy tank sitting here. These 2 should not be sitting there. This guy should be here. This guy should be here. And then we should just be hitting town right now. I should be pushing town. Instead, for some reason, I send the APC. The APC maybe, because I can understand that because I would need do this, but those two heavy tank shouldn't. The light tank over here, that's fine, because I should be fortifying with something. That's fine. He then is now going to tank buster this and then hit it with a thing, kill that out. Now I've got no vision. You notice that? My first guy I dropped here. I dropped over here, died. He killed it with his airborne. This guy didn't, but now he is dead. I've got no vision. You know, if we pop out back to the mini-map, I've got no vision. I've got
Roger that. Empire's inbound with airborne
basically
infantry. Copy that. Airborne infantry
this.
inbound.
This is my vision. And this is what I control. He controls this. Right? And I've got all these heavy tanks just sitting there doing nothing. I got 3 heavy tanks sitting there doing nothing. I'm now dropping again, bullet in defensive positions. He's already dropped again, and you know, it's like he's dropping. You know, he's dropping actually right now. Boom, right there. I'm dropping here. Here, he's like, well, see, he's pushing in over here at the not yet, gas station with the light tank. He had brought up. He brought some push. But he's not risking anything. He pulls back his tanks. He's pulling back his units. He's in the lead. This is almost the exact position. In fact, he's actually a bit farther ahead at this point in the game. Right? Because he actually is town square. Because I never uncapped it. Right? So this is like the complete opposite of the game that we had. This game I have the beach. He didn't have the beach as early. Or he didn't hold it as much. I'm holding the beach, great. This guy should be moved, obviously. To the point. But I mean, he's fortifying, that's good. Heavy tank just sitting here, no reason. Gas station, I got this heavy tank just sitting here. He should be doing something. He should be pushing town. He should be pushing research facility. I'm behind. I should be pushing. I decided to do this weird thing because I dropped with the guy there with the airborne. Move him over. I'm going to eventually move him into the big building over here. And, you know, eventually he's going to get killed. I'm finally dropping him my repairs at 14-minute mark. He's already had him in for most of the game. This is like 3 minutes earlier than the last game. So I haven't lost this game because he's playing armor and because he doesn't have as many heavy tanks as I do. But I should be pushing. I actually have the advantage. But because of the medium air, I'm not. Now he's dropping again over here because at the research facility. Dropping 2 guys over here. But again, if you look, my units are just sitting there. They shouldn't be doing that. This is like an error that I made in this game. And I've been making this error too much, like all the time recently. Of just sort of sitting back. Because like Silver's like one of the best counterattackers in the game. Especially like if you really push the guy really hard, he just goes crazy. And it doesn't. So I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, oh no, gotta worry about that. Do I have to really worry about that? No, I don't. In fact, I'm actually in the advantage. Trying to do this stupid little thing over here
Reinforcements are on the
at
way.
research station, which is somewhat fine. Yeah, kill this, you know, and then me push up. But I'm not supporting it with anything. And then he's just like, well, I got these units sitting around. Might as well push him up. He starts dropping light artillery barrage on this. You'll see, it'll kill my unit. Boom, see, he takes it out. He didn't even have to use the other guys if he needed to. He could always use the drops he had over there. Again, I've got my position pretty fortified. Right? It's pretty fortified. There's nothing, like he can't come in right now. But I'm not pushing anything. I have no vision of anything of his side.
Units, just make the call.
I don't see anything at the town square. I don't see anything of the TV station. I have no idea what kind of units he has, what he's doing, or anything. I'm playing 100% defensive, which is not what I should be doing right now. I should be pushing hard. I should be pushing into the town square. I should be pushing TV station. I should be pushing research station. One of them, all of them, doesn't really matter. I should be pushing right now because I'm behind. I know I'm behind. Right, like at this point in the game, I've known basically almost the entire game that I'm behind.
Casualties.
You know, he finally is like, well, at the beach is like, well, you know, he's been pounding it, and he's like, well, we're just gonna take it. Because at this point, he's probably just like, what's he doing? Like, he's just waiting for me to do something. You know, he's not like he's just skirmish going on over here at the research station. You know, I'm I'm like wondering why, like, he can see my units with the effect and smoke. It's because he's got a unit over there. Because he's just like sitting there. And he's just like, he doesn't have to do anything. But he's pushing. Why? Because he wants to end the game. Because I'm not pushing. I should be pushing right now. That's the one thing with 1v1s. If you're behind, push. If you're ahead, push. Or if you're ahead, don't push. I mean, not even so much don't push, but you don't need to take risks. You know, he's taking some risks, but it's not like, oh, well, I must capture the point like I did in the last game. He's got, you know, a few units engaging me with vision. He's got his tanks, he got vision, he's engaging me. That's what he's expecting him to do. It's fine, you know, like, he's got a medium, which is giving him vision over most of the battlefield to begin with. Gave him a vision advantage early in the game. He didn't have a unit advantage in terms of other stuff. You know, he's got vision because he's got this. In one sense, that pushes me back a little bit, but whatever, you know. And I'm just sitting here. I'm like embarrassed at this match almost. In like the last two matches, looking at it now, because it's just like, what am I doing? I'm just sitting on these points and I'm not doing anything with them. Like, and like as this game goes on, I'm just waiting basically for Silver to win the game. That's basically what I'm doing right now. I'm waiting for him to finally take all the points. He's soon going to take the beach. Oh, there he goes. Boom. Beach. And now I'll pull back. In fact, I think for the rest of the game, with little left of it, you just see me and I'm just like, I don't like pass this line, like almost at all. Just like, and half the time I'm like in my spawn. Just like sitting there, like sniping and doing whatever. I finally bring out my own medium air. And, you know, halfway through the game's already lost. You know. But had the thing with this is if had I been more bold here, I should have just uncapped this period. And this is something that you should do when your games anyways. If you know the person can't recap it, because you have to count, in 1v1s you have to count units and figure that out. I miscounted in this game. For some reason I thought he had a heavy tank that was just sitting here, or was somewhere over here that would snipe my guy and then whatever, you know? He didn't. I assumed he did. And there was no reason to make that assumption. If he has it, great. I poke in, uncap, and then pull back. He's got to send something. He's either got to send something to take the research facility, or he's not going to send anything to take the research facility. Right? He's probably going to send something to take it, or it's not going to get capped, which means that he's either going to recap the town, or he's going to cap the research facility. So if he's going to cap the research facility, take the town. You know, when you're playing on USA, you're trying to do a strategy that's either like this, where you're trying to kind of, you take beach, you take supermarket, you take gas, or you take thing, where you're trying to then kind of skirmish in town. If you notice, I didn't skirmish at all in town, basically. Like, there was like almost nothing. It's basically, I'm sitting here, I'm sitting here, I'm sitting here. Oh, we'll send the guy here. Oh, no, pull back. Basically the entire game. Not what you should do. Not at all what you should be doing. It's like the wrong thing to be doing. And at this point, I mean, look, he's not pushing in the gas station. He's just like, well, I got the units, I got the stuff. I can go take it. You know, I'm trying to hold with one heavy tank. You know, bringing in the medium, and like, it's over. You know, it's over. The game's over. You know, two things basically. Uncap the town, be bold there, attack. Like, even if I didn't uncap the town, attack, 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 attack. When you're behind, attack. When you're ahead, you don't have to attack. Don't take risks that you don't need to take. Be smart, you know, use your TA wisely. Don't just sit on your butt like I do in this game. Do what Silver's doing. Skirmish, push in. See what you can do. Pull back, get repairs. You know? Press, but don't, you know, if you're always attacking your opponent, they can't attack you. Unless they just completely destroyed your attack. Right? Which happens. That happens. Happens all the time. You know, sometimes, because some people are just like really aggressive. Right? And but they're just like stupid aggressive, like I was in the last game. They're just sending units to just capture points. And it's just easy to kill them. and then just counterattack because they have no units.
Affirmative. Anti-tank
Um,
strike is inbound. Out.
Just give the order,
But
and
if
we'll
you
send in some
skirmish,
more
if you do
units.
things, if you get vision, like I have no vision of this map. Like if you, it's like I have like no vision. I'm like dropping these airbornes, hoping that they survive. I think
We're in combat.
the one, almost tried to take them out. Somehow I actually don't lose them all, despite the fact that I should. I'm not countering, trying at the gas station, and trying to do stuff over there. Now I'm attacking. Look at this, like all my units here, attacking. Oh look, I'm actually taking the point. Boom, choom. I've actually captured something.
Copy that. Heading towards
Attacking.
target
Boom.
coordinates.
This game's over though. Right? I should have done that
Iceman heading out with cluster
They're
bomb.
firing at us.
10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. Now it's like, well, I can air drop. It's like it makes a difference. Now I'm attacking. And the game's already lost.
You lost a unit.
So the moral story is this: be aggressive when you're ahead. That's like, there's like two things when you're doing 1v1s. Be aggressive when you're ahead, or be aggressive when you're behind. Sorry, and when you're ahead, don't take risks that you don't need to take. Don't just send units to go take things just so you can take it when you know you can't take it. But also the key thing is, with infantry and armor, you have two balances with infantry and armor. Armor, you have range, you have firepower. You're trying to get vision. You saw in the first game, I didn't have any vision because my airbornes, most of them got killed. What I should have done was drop them in position where they're not going to die when they drop. Whether the one's down dropped or the second one's dropped, then move them into position where I want to. And that's the thing with armor. You're trying to use your airbornes to gain vision, so you can then use your tank's range, and then also use the airbornes to kill infantry. That's what you're trying to do as armor. When you're playing against infantry, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get range. You just see Silver brought in range. He actually started the game with a medium tank. Range, because infantry, their view of the battlefield is about the same as a heavy tank's firing range is. But their firing range is about the same as the heavy tank's view range is. So, like, the balance there is that armor's trying to get range, or trying to get vision. Infantry's trying to get range. They already have vision. Their units, their base units, the base infantry units have vision. But in this case, it's an armor versus armor. Be aggressive. Don't be like super aggressive and like just send your units, but don't just sit on your points. Because I've played plenty of people where that's what they do. Like in this case, I'm doing it mostly because I'm afraid of Silver, because he's just an awesome player, and I'm afraid of what he's going, off a counterattack. If I if I push and then he beats me or whatever, like, and that's something I shouldn't be doing. I shouldn't be afraid of, because I know one thing: Silver makes tons of mistakes all the time, despite the fact that he's an awesome player. So let your opponent make mistakes. Push them. Let them make mistakes. Don't be the one to make the mistake. In this case, in this game, I'm sitting on my butt, not doing anything. Not the right thing to do. I had more heavy tanks than he did. I knew that after the fact. But even if I didn't, just engaging him. If I'm engaging him in town, he can't engage me anywhere else. He has to defend town, especially because he's ahead. Or he could not defend town and go attack something else. But if he doesn't defend town, then I take town. He either has to defend me or attack something else. If he attacks something else, great. We just switch points. In this case, we switch a 3-pointer for any 2-pointer, right? And then I can go deal with whatever he's doing, or I can push someplace else. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just sitting on your butt like I am in this game, and at the end of the last game, then you're not going anywhere. You're not going to win the game. Even if you're ahead, if you just sit on your butt, you're not going anywhere, because what you have is, the game is designed to kill units. Everything in this game is designed to kill units. they created a resource system instead of building buildings and building workers and spending like the first 10 minutes of the game building workers all the time, like in standard strategy games. They give you artillery units and just things to blow things up. So it's not hard to kill things in this game. So, you know, I spent most of the game fortifying all the points, and look at that, beach completely cleared. I finally have gas station, but that's cleared. In supermarket, if this game went on, would soon be cleared as well. Meanwhile, I didn't attack. Look, Silver, he's got town, he's got TV station, he's got research, he's got beach. I'm pretty sure research is completely fortified. Most of town is probably fortified. All of TV is probably fortified, and probably by now, beach is probably fortified. You fortifying it, like, it seems like this awesome thing, but it's so easy to just get rid of those forts. It's so easy, and it's just, and when you play, you have to balance those things. You have to balance, like, if you don't build any forts, then you either, if you do an attack and you get pushed back, or you have to retreat because your units are injured or whatever, and you're getting them repairs. When the person counterattacks, or just comes near you, or if you're not in the area because you're busy doing something else, then it's just really easy to take the point. You do need some fortifications, but don't sun your butt like I did in this game. If you're playing 1v1s, you want to be aggressive. Sun Tzu's There Are War. That's the whole thing, is attacking in multiple locations. Always attacking your opponent where they don't expect you to be. Let them defend. And that's something I definitely, as I'm saying this, I'm talking to myself just as much as I am talking to you guys. What I need to do. Be more aggressive. Don't do things. And with airborns, keep your airborns alive. If you see, I have 2 airborns left in the game based on this picture that's left. I've dropped way more than that in this game, but I only have 2 left. Right? This whole game. 15 minutes or so I've gone by. I only have 2. Keeping your airborns alive is one of the most important things in 1v1s. One of the most important things. It's like the defining difference between if you win or lose. Because airborns are so important in 2 ways. One, they give you vision. If you put them in the right spots, they give you vision of an area. So there's that. 1. 2, they're free TA. Every 90 seconds, they spawn. They have the ability to bring in artillery for free. The only thing it costs is timer for free. The same TA costs like 15 TA, and it's like the airborne's is half as good, but you paid 8 for it, and that's the unit they can capture points. Like, it's so important. And not just your airbornes. If you drop light tanks, especially the infantry, dropping light tanks as infantry is so important because it gives you range. And you see Silver did it in the other game. Keeping those alive is important. Keeping all your units alive is important, but specifically your drops, because you can't just bring in a new airborne, right? You can't. Like, you have to cost TA. It's not reinforcing points that just suddenly reappear. If I lose an airborne, then I have to, when I drop a new one, I'm replacing that. Now I'm behind. I'm behind him. He's now, unless I took out his airbornes, I'm behind in the airborne race. I'm behind in the drop race. Getting jeeps earlier, that's one thing I definitely need to always work on. Probably what I should do is this. Drop, and then, second thing, drop 2 or 3, if I can get 3 airbornes as armor, because I usually play armor, and then drop a jeep. That's what Silver did in this game. He dropped, I think, 2 airbornes, and then he dropped a jeep. His jeep was down before my airbornes were even down, because I was messing around doing other weird stuff, and I didn't capture points quick enough. Be decisive in what you're doing. Sometimes just being decisive, it could be the wrong move, but if you're decisive in doing it and pushing, you're going to, you'll be surprised. Like, there are plenty of games where I have been able to push Silver to an edge, and I'm surprised that I'm able to do it. It's because if you're attacking someone, the only thing they can do is either attack you back, which makes their defense weaker, or defend. If they attack, the worst thing that happens is you trade points. Most likely what's going to happen is you're attacking him, unless he initiated the attack already beforehand, in which case you're both attacking at the same time, you're going to capture your point first. And then you can either send units then to aid in the defense of your point, or attack another one of his points. And he's already behind the ball. So, attack. If you you'd be surprised. But don't be stupid. Don't just rush in and take the points because I need those 2 points over there. You know, like on gas station like I did in the supermarket, like at the beginning of the last game. Where I rushed in and just, I need those points because I need a total domination. And yeah, I didn't need a total domination. You don't need a total domination in this game. It's 20 minutes. Don't be afraid to play the game to 20 minutes and win by 51% to 49. Don't, if you had the opportunity, don't allow that to happen. But don't be afraid to let that happen. Because you'll get in a lot of games, and that'll happen. And you'll win. Right? But at the same time, don't just sit on your butt and, don't do anything. Be aggressive. Push. It's watching Silver, you don't see everything Silver's doing in this game, but he's being aggressive. He has the advantage, but he's still being aggressive. I'm not being aggressive. I should be being aggressive in this game. I should have been pushing him so hard on town. No, that's crazy. But I wasn't. And looking at it now, it's why wasn't I? I don't know. I was probably afraid. No, whatever. Don't be afraid. Attack. Learn. The more you play as 1v1s, the more you learn, okay, I can't do that attack. Right? And don't just rush your units in just to attack. Be smart about it. If you're suddenly coming in and you're getting fired upon because you have no vision, get vision in the area. Then attack. But attack. Get vision, attack. Get vision, attack. Or have vision and then move units in to attack. If you're infantry, obviously you have vision. So you have vision and attack, so it's just, attack. Anyway, that's my rant on 1v1s. Hopefully you can glean something from this. People watching, maybe not, I don't know. We'll see. That's the show for today. See you guys tomorrow. And if you got any other ideas and tips or anything, comments, please leave them. Definitely helps if you comment in any way. Even if it's just to say, you're crappy. And, your videos are boring or whatever, or you ramble too much or whatever. Doesn't matter. Say something. Saying bad things at least helps me to at least be able to fix. Saying nothing gives me no feedback. So, if you've watched this or any of the games, feel free. Just leave a comment. It helps a lot. Anyway, out.